It's real simple. I say two words, you say it back. Good evening. I think we can do better than that. Good evening. You guys are amazing. I have you under my control now. I've heard all the talking go down, which is nice. I'm Mike Walter. I'm the principal evening news anchor at CGTN America, based in Washington, D.C. I'm delighted to be your MC tonight. And as you know, we've got a theme. You can see it right up here. Apply, advance, achieve. 3 words, the power of 3 words. When I first started at CGTN America about a dozen years ago, we had a slogan, see the difference. And basically that was our way of differentiating ourselves from other networks. But over those 12 years, I have seen something that's remarkable. I've seen this tapestry that stretches from Chicago to Chongqing, from Chongqing to Washington, from Washington to Wuhan, from Wuhan to Boston, from Boston to Beijing. And of course, we all know that tapestry is this amazing US-China relationship. And it's amazing because of what it's achieved. And I think everybody here in this room knows that. But I've been very fortunate to meet some of the first people with the thread and the needle. I met Henry Kissinger as a result of this job, and Winston Lord and Robert Hormats, who went on that surprise trip to China with him. And of course, it wasn't just Henry Kissinger and Richard Nixon who helped create this tapestry. Early on, it was Mao and Zhou Enlai. And it's been going on through all these years. And back in 2017, I had the opportunity to interview and profile Eileen Lee in Beijing, an elegant, wealthy woman, a CEO. And so whenever you do these profiles, one of the natural questions is, can I get some pictures of you as a kid, and maybe can you tell me a little story about your childhood? And she said, she kind of looked down at her feet, and she looked up and she said, there are no pictures. There was no camera. We just worried about whether we could eat each night. She was one of 800 million people lifted out of poverty in China because of this relationship. And it's not just on that side. On this side, there are a lot of people, I'm one of them, who's pleased to work for a Chinese boss. She's here tonight. She respects me. Sometimes we have disagreements. She doesn't always agree with me. She's the boss. I have to listen to that. That's like anywhere else. But all of my colleagues, I think if you asked them to a one, they love working at CGTN America. And I know there are a lot of companies like that. I was just at one not too long ago, Wansheng Automotive. So when I point this out, it's because that tapestry is unique, it's impressive, it's historic, and yet the other media companies just tend to look at the tears in the tapestry, the trade tensions, the trade wars, the disagreements. And I'm not going to downplay that they don't exist. They do, obviously. But when I look at a room like this, I know there are a lot of people with needles and thread trying to knit that tear back in place. So before we have any of our speakers tonight, I'd like you all to give yourself a round of applause because of what you're doing on a daily basis.